Why play Vi jungle? Well, she brings great burst and constant damage. Her ganks are truly amazing. She also brings great crowd control, and she easily dives the enemy backline. However, she's very reliant on landing her Q to engage, and she does need a team to help her dive the backline. Vi's passive is periodically her next ability hit will grant her a shield. The cooldown of this passive is reduced every time she fully stacks her W. Vi's Q causes her to start charging, which slows herself and increases the range, speed, and damage of the ability. Upon release, Vi dashes in a direction, dealing damage to all enemies hit and stopping when she hits an enemy champion. And when she hits an enemy champion, she deals damage to them and knocks them back. Vi's W is just a passive, where her basic attacks on hit apply a stack onto the target. Upon applying the third stack, all are consumed to deal bonus damage and also reduce the target's armor. And after applying the third stack, Vi gains a large amount of attack speed. Vi's E is an auto-attack reset, which can store up to 2 uses of this ability at one time. It empowers her next attack to have bonus range and deal damage in a cone behind that target. Vi's ultimate is one of the best guaranteed lockdowns in the game. It is a point-and-click ability used on an enemy champion, which causes Vi to dash to them. On her way to that target, if she dashes through anyone, she deals a good amount of damage to them and knocks them to the side. And then, upon reaching her target, she knocks them in the air and deals a large amount of damage. For combos, your go-to is to use Q into an auto-attack and E. Follow up with another attack into E before ulting. If you need to guaranteed lock someone down, use ultimate into an attack and tap your Q. Attack into E before attacking into E again and attacking away. And to engage from basically anywhere, you can Q and flash into your ultimate before using attacks and E. For matchups, Vi does great into junglers who often rely on their mobility, as she has guaranteed ways of locking them down. However, she can struggle against champions who can easily interrupt her Q or simply out-duel her. For runes, take this, she procs Conqueror with ease. For build order, start Blue Monster and Pot into tier 2 boots and a Sundered Sky. From here, a Black Cleaver and Sterax are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start W then E then Q before maxing Q then E then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Smite. Starting the game, you have a few different options. The safest will always be to do a full jungle clear and then fight for Scuttlecrab if you have to into a gank. However, Vi's ganks from level 3 are also incredibly strong, so it's a very viable strategy to simply clear one half of your jungle and look for the gank, especially if the enemies are immobile or your team brings tons of lockdown. Keep full clearing as much as you can, and your priority is to look for these high impact ganks. And once you have level 6, you now have access to some guaranteed lockdown, so use it as early as you can possible to secure a kill and get an objective. Entering the mid game, having 1 or 2 items is where Vi is incredibly strong. Keep up aggressive wards, use your mobility and CC for picks and skirmishes, and then convert all of these into objectives. Entering late game team fights, you want to play as your teams engage, diving onto their backline. Landing a Q or ultimate onto a backline carry is just a great way to start any fight. And as long as your team can follow up, there's not always many ways to stop you. Otherwise, if the other team is diving your backline, you're also great at peeling, using Q and ult to peel while they win the fight for you.